didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
It is 11:48 here on Jocks. Welcome back in. We will be off tomorrow celebrating the 4th of July weekend. We'll be back in studio on Monday. Always happy to be joined every Thursday on this program. Former Auburn DB, Dr. Rob Pate joins us here on the program. Dr. Pate, I hope you're well.
Hey, guys. Doing great. Hope y'all are as well.
Before we start our fun and frivolity and the craziness that we love to have with you every Thursday, I do want to ask you, because this is a big weekend for families, no matter whether you're in the backyard, you're at the lake, you're at the beach. But for what you do for a living, I wanted you to take a minute or two and just remind people the safety that you need to go through, because obviously the eye is a very important part of your body, and a lot of people take that for granted, especially on 4th of July weekends.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I think our profession kicks ourselves over, is that we have not done the job of preventative discussions with the general public like the dentists have done. Everybody knows you go to the dentist every 6 months, and yet every one of your teeth can be replaced. Your eyeballs, most people say, I'll go when I have a problem. And a lot of things with the eyes, by the time you notice an issue, you can't fix it. It's done. It's like damaging your spinal cord. But injuries, obviously is something that are preventable. And sometimes, look, freak things happen. You live life, but yeah, absolutely take precaution. It's your most precious sense. More people have fear of going blind than almost any other fear that there is. And so, just use your head, be smart, and no bottle rocket wars out there. At least not with good eye protection.
That's right. Rob, what is there's so many different questions just on that very topic I'd love to ask, but as we get back to recruiting continuing to go well for Alex Golesh and his staff, just your thoughts on, there's a long way from signing day, but some of the guys that he's getting in state, out of state, some of the positions of need, and what it tells you.
It tells me that a lot of these young guys are excited about what they're seeing in Coach Golesh and the direction of the program. Auburn, obviously in football, we've had 4 or 5 consecutive losing seasons, and there's not many top 10 recruiting schools that are going to have that as their most recent history. So there's something that these kids are seeing, and and I don't, the easy answer is well, they're seeing a lot of money being thrown their way, but that's happening everywhere. So it's more than that. I think they like the culture. I think they like the fan support that they've seen. Obviously Auburn is a fantastic place, and so you get them on campus, and you still have that draw that guys want, and guys want to play. Obviously, good players want to play with other good players, and guys want to also they want to extend themselves. They want to test themselves. They want to see, can I get it done in the most difficult league? And playing at Auburn, you're going to have one of the most difficult schedules that there is, and so it's the ultimate test. So I'm excited with the caliber of player that he's getting, just the relationships they've been able to build in a short amount of time. And, but I do think that, look, there's always an uptick in excitement whenever a new staff comes in. You ultimately have to maintain that by getting wins on the field. And so that's going to be the next hurdle.
I know it's completely different now. We've talked to you about this, about today's college football athlete, but I do want to take you back. We're about a month away from fall camp opening up across the Southeastern Conference, but I want to take you back to your last couple of years down at Auburn. When you got to this point of the summer, I know, were you staying on campus doing individual workouts, or did you come back home to Birmingham and work out here? What was kind of your routine, at least the last couple of years, as you were getting ready to finish up at Auburn?
Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as coming back home. I mean, everybody's here. Nobody goes home for the summer. Everybody stays. If you're not a freshman, then back then you lived off campus, and then you would come in and get your work done. It was a lot of time with the strength and conditioning staff, which I thought about that today. I thought, man, I'm so thankful just walking to my car.
No doubt.
That I'm not out there with Coach Yoxel having to go through gassers or, the just hellish, tortuous types of lifting they would come up with every day. But we would do things, the coaching staff couldn't be involved at that point. They may stand out there on their back patios that overlook the practice field and, observe, but they couldn't lead us in anything or require us to do some of the situational stuff that we would do on our own. So the quarterbacks and receivers would get out there and throw, and we'd practice our man-to-man coverage and that kind of thing. But it's tough, man. It's a long, monotonous type of off season, and I can remember as a freshman just the practice field right there with the stadium in sight. And, thinking to myself, man, I'm about to play in that stadium and it's going to be bursting at the seams. And am I ready to do that? Like, am I physically ready to walk in there and do what it takes to play well at this level? And that's an unknown until you go out there and you actually do it. And, but it's the ultimate honor. I mean, being able to represent your family and your community and then obviously your school. You just can't put a price tag on that. It's phenomenal.
Well said. Before we let you go, did you watch any of the soccer last night, Rob?
Believe it or not, I watched all of it. In fact, my twin boys said, "You must have money on this game." If you're sitting here watching soccer, you've never watched soccer, and but I know that U.S. men's team has struggled in the World Cup, and seeing those guys go out and compete and having 2 goals wiped off because of the pretty close offsides call right there. I thought that it was they're fun to watch. Great athletes, and that's a sport I never played, so I don't know all the terminology, but I know when guys are competing, and I like to see the strategy and how athletic those men were. So it was fun to watch, and I hope that we destroy Belgium.
No doubt. Being an eye doctor, were you able to ascertain that maybe Klaus, our head referee, needs an eye exam from you?
Yeah, he needs something. I thought maybe
swift kick in the pants.
He works at the Birmingham. He works in the Birmingham office and the SEC office when Auburn's playing. Is that what it is? Is that where he's from?
Is he Ken Williamson's cousin?
I think he may be. He may be.
Rob, we always appreciate it. Reminding folks, be careful out there with your hands, your body parts, and especially your eyes when lighting and enjoying the fireworks. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it, Rob. We're thankful for you.
Hey, y'all too, guys. Thank you. War Eagle, go America.
War Eagle and go America. Rob Pate, a great American. 12 o'clock hour. We will get into more of your text and more fun. Yeah, concerning the holiday. I've got some stuff that even Conrad doesn't know.